To kill a hero is to kill every moral concept we know: goodness, decency, and the will to use the powers that be to help others. Being a hero is to be courageous, to do what is right in the face of overwhelming odds. What happens when you take a murderer, a thief, people who have no moral compass, and put them up against the thing that will in turn make them the good guy? In the best case scenario, you get human growth. In other cases, you get a villain with an existential crisis. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a game where we get to play the bad guys, making us the hero of the story. Superman can't save you, but Harley Quinn sure can. What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to my channel. In today's review, I'm going to be discussing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is one of those diamond in the rough games that carries a good story, great gameplay, and well-done cinematics. Coated in well-timed humor and dry sarcasm that sent me right back to the vibrant memories of my time with Guardians of the Galaxy, the witty banter, Harley poking fun at everyone, herself included. It's a blast to see how much fun this game is, and that it doesn't take itself so seriously. Taking inspiration from JLA, Tower of Babel, and Justice League vs. Suicide Squad, this game's story focuses on what would happen if the Justice League had gone rogue. The comics themselves are incredible, and I highly recommend taking a look at them for fuller context as to how far the story goes. When it comes to how true Kill the Justice League stays to the comics, it's simple. There are bits and pieces of the comics in the game, Easter eggs, if you will, but it doesn't stay 100% true to what the original story is. The main thing I noticed was that Batman in the game becomes fully mind-controlled, whereas in the comics and games, he tries to resist mind control, and in some cases it will just wear off. But if memory serves, he doesn't become fully afflicted and is one of the ones to help assemble the Suicide Squad. Also, another notable aspect, in the original group, Killer Croc was there and it wasn't King Shark, so the fact that they had King Shark in the game and not Killer Croc, that was very interesting. There's so much ground to cover in the comics that I mentioned alone, so that the game wasn't done in a precise manner, I completely get. So let's talk about the mechanics in Kill the Justice League, because they're a fun type of chaos. They allow for different combos, playstyles, and character switching. Playing as Harley, the mechanics were smooth. She was going from building to building, shooting her pistol. It was so satisfactory. I will admit, besides the tutorial, I stayed with Harley for the entire game. Her witty remarks, her combos on enemies, they were just so much fun. Game's mechanics, while repetitive, are the fun type of repetitive that made me want to go back more for each play session. Whether it's experimenting with different ways to fight a boss or even a generic enemy, I love the way the controls were done, free-flowing, fast-paced, and at some points challenging. So let's talk about some of the glitches, because there were a few of them, especially during the boss battle with Brainiac. There would be FPS drops, movement on Harley would reduce significantly, and sometimes the game itself would freeze momentarily. When there was a lot going on with enemies and explosions and just truly chaotic moments, that's when the game would be at its slowest. Now, to dive into a more serious note, yes, this game, while it's silly and sarcastic 95% of the time, there is a real discussion to be had here. When Kill the Justice League released, it was met with a type of vitriol that was so unfair and, to be frank, entitled. The anger that Batman's death received, as well as other members of the Justice League, was heartbreaking, but it made me think that no one wants to see the hero of the story die. As much as we love playing the villain, we love the Joker and we love Deadshot and seeing different origin stories for all of these crazed maniacs. Here's the kicker though. As long as the hero of the story is around, we don't mind the villain one bit. But once the hero of the story ceases to be in every way, we're all left to rely on the antagonist. People then start to feel uneasy. Seeing what was a symbol of good more or less disintegrate, seeing the Justice League get killed one by one, it was one of, I think, the best choices to make in a video game. To change things up, to tell people that not everything ends with glory or honor. Sometimes it ends in ways you'd never expect. Seeing how Batman's death almost became a symbol during the game that nothing lasts forever. It was a part of the game that I thought, wow, maybe this character can finally get some peace. The story of Batman, as well as the Justice League, has history. It has strength. It has vibrancy. It's a tale as old as time. And there's so many iterations, storylines, perspectives. So I like that a different approach was taken instead of always saving the good guys. The cutscenes in this game held weight to them, with every Justice League member that was slain. For the first time in a superhero game, I felt a sense of finality and humanity echoing from the years of not letting a story rest. So next up, let's dive into the boss fights, because the boss battles are a discussion in and of itself. They were actually really well crafted and tricky at points. My personal favorite boss battle was the evil version of Batman. It was so well crafted. It was aesthetically pleasing. It was so much fun to fight. The Batcave section was just, that moment in itself was just so well crafted. Taking each Task Force X member through their memories, regrets, disappointments, all of it. I was taken aback when I had to fight Superman. I said out loud to my screen, "You're joking, right? It's Superman." During that boss, I will admit, I died several times and had to be revived by King Shark more than I can count. Green Lantern was a particularly easy one, but more of a puzzle that was fun more than anything. And while there weren't a lot of bosses in the game, the way in which players had to fight the bosses made up for it entirely. Each boss was unique in how you had to approach it, and the final boss with Brainiac tied everything together, allowing you to see each moveset from each boss and how it all wrapped up into one nice boss-sized package. Anyone can be Batman. That's the whole point of the narrative of superheroes, as well as villains, might I add. You can be the hero, you can be the villain, you can don the cape, or you can make someone's life incredibly miserable. Ideas in games are symbol for things that create a larger meaning for us in real life a lot of the time. This game was simple. It was funny. It was to the point and did not deserve the hate that was thrust onto it. By the end of the game, I was a complete emotional mess because of the tribute for Kevin Conroy that they did. It was so well done, and it was so fitting for someone who brought Batman to life for TV and games. I mean, Batman said it best, right? Death is powerless against you if you leave a legacy of good behind. And that is exactly what Kevin Conroy did. Rest in peace, Batman. My personal score for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, 4 out of 5. There's so much good that this game has in it, and it raises valuable questions that should be discussed. I highly recommend playing and checking out this one because there is going to be new updates happening for the game, so be sure to keep an eye out for the bat signal on that one. We knew who our heroes were for far too long. Let us welcome the renegade, the misfit, the unexpected hero into the ranks. Who knows? You might be surprised at how much good one villain wants to accomplish. But you guys, that is my review on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Oh, and also the article version is out on Windows Central right now. So if you guys want to check it out, that will be down in the description below. But you guys, that was my review on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos every weekday here on YouTube. May you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Umbasa.